Good morning. Happy Friday to you. This is your girl, Coach O, founder and CEO of Action Speaks Volume Incorporated, where I am known as your procrastination strategist, your behavior change expert, where I help you to build unshakable confidence, stop procrastinating, and to get your dreams out of your head into your life. Good morning, Shanti. Thank you so much for joining. Going to give you all a few minutes to come on in. Go ahead and invite someone. Invite someone. Let's get this party started. This is an amazing day. Any day that we are still here is an amazing day. And we have to just get to a point that we prioritize and we focus on the things that we can focus on and do the things that we can do. Hey, Brother Warren, thank you so much for joining. Have a blessed, I pray that it is a great day. It is a great day. It is a great day. And we know that we have a choice in our day. Our day can be miserable or it can be a blessing. We can appreciate the day or we can dread the day. And I choose to appreciate the day because one, things could be so much worse. They could be worse than what they are. So I choose to appreciate the day for what the day has to bring. And I trust God. I trust God to work out anything and everything that is a problem in my life. I trust God that He knows all things. He is everywhere at the same time. He can do things that I can't do, and so I can't worry about things that I don't control. But one thing I know for sure, that my faith is in Him. My faith is in Him, and I trust that whatever, good morning, Anterica, thank you so much for joining. Whatever He have in mind, whatever He have in store, that's what it'll be, and so we just have to trust in the Lord. And so you see what my question is today, are you preparing for what's next and not back to normal? Are you preparing for what's next and not for what we was calling quote unquote normal? Because we are in a place, in a position that I don't see us going back to the way things was before COVID-19. Life will be different. The way we handle life, the way we experience the life, the way we do things, it will be very different than the life we were used to. So are you preparing for your next and not your normal? Because next is going to be where we are, and normal we won't see again, because normal wasn't really normal. Normal had some flaws. Normal was a little dysfunctional. It was what we knew, but life will be different than what we've known in the past. So I want to know, what are you doing to prepare? What are you doing to prepare? Are you still moving and doing things that you've always done the way you've always done them? Or are you really looking to change? Are you really looking to make a difference? Good morning, Camelia. Thank you so much for joining. Are you really looking to go to that next level? Are you really looking to step into your next? Because if we approach things as we always have, the definition of insanity, we're going to get what we've always gotten. So we have to be very clear. We have to be very clear on where we are and what we're facing. What we are facing, we have to be clear on what we are facing. And we may not know everything about what we're facing, but we know that it's different than what we've known in the past. It's going to be different. It's already different, and we're not going to return back to where we was. There will be some changes. Good morning, Caroline. Thank you so much for joining. There will be some changes. And so I want to know, are you preparing for your next and not waiting for normal to return? Because normal is gone. What we knew is gone. The way we operated, that's no more. We have some life-changing things that are happening daily. And you got to know that even in this season, when things work the way they work for a while, people start to see the benefits of them working the way they are. So their things are changing. Things are going to change on jobs. Things are going to change on how, in the medical field. Things are going to change in the way we travel, the way we operate, the way we communicate. There are so many things that are not going to go back to normal. So are you preparing yourself for next? My life done completely changed. Hope you can help me go to the next level. Amen. Amen. I can help you, but you got to be willing to help yourself. We when we think about, we can do it, because when you think about World War I, think about, back with all the other battles and all the other outbreaks and all the other things that has changed, it's almost, and I like to use this example, it's like when you first start losing weight and people used to seeing you big, they, don't lose no more weight, don't lose no more weight. But after a while, they'll get used to seeing you the way you are. So when there's a ripple, there's a ripple. There's a ripple when things are happening, but eventually it'll smooth out, and this will be our new. This will be our new. And then, you're up a little bit from normal. This will be the new standard. So right here where we are in the midst of COVID-19, we just have a new standard that has been raised to the surface. A new standard has been raised to the surface, and we're gonna have to up our ante, and we're gonna have to reach the bar, because we cannot stay in normal when newness is on the surface. Newness is on the surface. So when we recognize that there is a new norm, because our newness has now taken the place, it's almost like when you pass the baton. The baton was on normal, but now it has been passed to new. So we're going to have to run with new and forget the old things that was behind us, because we would not be able to operate day to day, constantly thinking about the way we used to do things, the way we used to do this. We're going to have to live in the now. In order for us to embrace where we are, we're going to have to live in the now. In order for us to embrace where we are going to have to embrace. In order for us to embrace it and indulge on it, operate in it, we're going to have to grab a hold of new and get our minds off of what we used to have and what we used to do and how things was, because we would stay stuck. It's almost like when we went from, when we went from having manual paperwork and manual filing, and so we went from file cabinets to, online folders, electronic folders, digital folders. So you're going to have to open up your mind to newness. We know that change for the human nature all by itself is a task. But sometimes we'll hold on to things that never will return. Sometimes we'll hold on to things that will never be the same. They will never be the way they was. It's like a relationship. You may still stay in the relationship, but the relationship is never the way it was. Good morning, Christine. Thank you so much for joining. So let's stop holding on to our past. Grab a hold on to our future. Let's stop holding on to our norm, what we said was normal, and start gripping on to what is new, so that we can live in the times that we're in. We cannot continue to live in the past, because yesterday does nothing for us. We are now here and our now, where we have to embrace what is happening. They're fishing. They're fishing every day. They're coming up with something. Every day they are coming up with something. That is so true. Change is the one thing we resist the most. Absolutely. Even on the smallest front, we resist it. On the largest front, we resist it. And sometimes if we would just slide into it, the transition would be so much easier. But we kick and we rebel and we do all these things, and it makes it much harder. We make it harder than it really is by the resistance that we put into it. So I want you to embrace the change that is coming, that has come. Embrace the change that has come and ask yourself, how can I operate in this now? How can I operate? How can I perform? How could I be efficient? How could I be effective? How could I be productive in this era, in this day, in this time, in this thing that am having to do? It's different than what I know. It's different than what I want, but it's what I got. And we don't have to settle for all that what we have, but we have to realize that some things are not in our control. And when they're not in our control, we have to determine what it is. We have to determine what it is that we can do to make all the difference in the world, to make ourselves live, love, and laugh the life that we have, that we would not dread the life that we live, that we would not be, so tangled up in life that we feel like there's no hope. There's no, that I gotta settle for this. There are opportunities out here. They're open. Some of them have to be looked for. Some of them are wide open. But step in your newness. Step in your newness and say, how can I do this? Yes, the reminded me of the men at the Tower of Babel. Instead of consulting with God, they were too busy competing with God. Amen. We're going to have to trust him. We're going to have to consult God. We're going to have to follow God. We're going to have to really let him be our leader and our guide. Good morning, Alan. Thank you so much for joining. We're going to have to let him have complete control. So therefore, we would not be against his will, but we will be in flow of his will, and we will do all that he has called and created us to do according to his will. So I am not going to stay on here long. That's what I have for you today. I want to know, are you preparing for your next? Or are you staying mentally in what you call normal? Normal doesn't exist anymore. The way things were is not coming back. We want to see things better. We want to see things different than the way they are, but better than the way they was. So this is your girl, Coach O, if you're new to me, the founder and CEO of Action Speaks Volume Incorporated. I'm known as your procrastination strategist, your behavior change expert, where I help you to build unshakable confidence, stop procrastinating, and to get your dreams out of your head into your life. God bless you, and I pray that you have an amazing day. Bye.